What up? Mixtape review. We all know this shit dropped. It was supposed to drop on the first, which it didn't. It dropped the second, which pretty much pissed me off. But we got French Montana and Coke Boys with Coke Boys 4. Um, the cover of it was dope, but people made comments like, "Oh, they shouldn't have used CB4 because we all know that movie about people like pretending to be rappers or some shit like that." But they spelled out CB and Coke and Pit 4. Originally, the Coke Boys was Charlie Rock, French Montana, Chinks Drugs, Cheese, and Flip, and also Coke Boy Brock. But on this one, out of all them names I named, the only people on there is French Montana, Chinks Drugs, and Cheese. It's no Flip, it's no Charlie Rock, and it's no Coke Boy Brock. Now I don't know if they're wasn't around for the project or anything of that nature. They locked up. I have no clue, but definitely I see French Montana is doing what I've seen a lot of people do. Once they get up there and get the fame and the money, the original crew they start to leave away for the people that really can be the stars and take their crew and their brand to a whole different plateau. You know what I'm saying? So like Jay-Z did with Rockefeller. You know what I'm saying? Weed out the people that's really not gonna make no bread. But far as the mixtape features, you got Meek Mill, you got Diddy on there, you got Rick Ross, Jadakiss on there twice, Lana Del Rey, Wiz Khalifa. They say Snoop is on the song, but definitely he ain't on the one that's on this mixtape. Who else on here? Jeremiah, Molly Mall, Jazz Laser, Detail, Meek Sims, and that's basically it. You know, French Montana, Chinks Drugs, Cheese, and Lil Durk on here. But it got 18 tracks minus the 3 skits, so it's really 15 tracks. So that's what I'll be rating. The 15 tracks that's on here. Starting with the intro, which I think is dope as fuck. I gave it 3 stars. You know what I'm saying? French Montana, Chinks Drugs, Meek Mill. That intro, the production behind that is just flawless. I think they all had a dope verse. I ain't had no problems with that. When I first heard it, I instantly ran that shit back. You know what I mean? Because it's like, goddamn, just the production alone. You know what I mean? It's something that's dope. Uh, but it sounded like I heard that before. I don't know if it was on a Meek Mill project or one of them mixtapes, but I know I've heard this record before. But it's still dope. I don't give a shit. It's a fire record. Then it goes into Millionaire Skit. Skip that. Millionaire Thoughts, French Montana, Ching Drugs, and Cheese. I thought it was an okay record. The production and everything was cool. The hook was alright, but I just thought it was an alright record. Paranoid Remix, French Montana, Diddy, Rick Ross, Chinks Drugs, Lil Durk, and Jadakiss. That song was straight. You know what I mean? The only problem that I had with it, it didn't have no fucking, the hook didn't have the cursing in it. You know what I'm saying? I think Dirk did a good job. Chinks and Jada did a solid verse. Also on number 3, Millionaire Thoughts. The beat was cool. The hook was okay. It was a nice sample in there. To me, Chinks killed that record. You know what I mean? I just gotta say that. But Paranoid Remix, you know what I mean, was definitely a good record. 88 Coops, French Montana and Jadakiss. Harry Fraud produced it. Another great record. You know what I'm saying? I had no problem with it. I thought it was a dope record. Very smooth beat. French flow was dope on that shit. I can't even lie. I liked his lyrics and like the little storytelling he did. Jada Flow killed it. His verse was nice, and he shot out Harry Fraud at the end. You know what I mean? Because he definitely did his thing as far as that production. Then we get into the track that I think it leaked a couple days ago. Produced by Cool and Dre, All For You, Lana Del Rey, Wiz Khalifa, French Montana, and they say Snoop, but Snoop ain't on here for some odd reason. But definitely is not Lana Del Rey on the record. It's a sample, which I think the good thing about French Montana, he has an ear for production, just like Rick Ross. He knows samples. You know, he know how to pick the right sample for the right record to give you that embrace of a record where you gonna really fuck with it. And this record to me is just flawless. You know what I'm saying? Even Wiz Khalifa, I'm like, Wiz Khalifa, like what's the combination with that? But he did his thing on there. He kept his verse light, did his thing. French, of course, Lana Del Rey, perfect record. I would have kept this shit for my solo project, Mac and Cheese for it. That's just me. But anyway, you know, moving on to Balling, which is a skit. Skip right past that. God Body, produced by Harry Fraud, French Montana, Chinks Drugs. Um, Definitely a dope beat. Love that sample. I think French and Chinks Drugs definitely do their thing. I think they should do a collaborative mixtape. That's just my personal opinion. Another great record where I feel as though like you have good records on here. He should have weeded out the bullshit because it is some bullshit on here, and we gonna get into that. But definitely, this is a great record. God Body, I definitely read that back a couple times. Jalil Beats produced the next one, Worst Nightmare, Diddy, French Montana. I thought it was an okay record. Cool beat, French flow was straight. Diddy versus I, you know, his hook was cool or whatever. But I think French should have did it solo and let Diddy do ad libs. Cause who really want to hear Diddy rap? You know, didn't he say some shit in one of these songs like, "Oh, if they ever retire Diddy, I'm bringing Puff Daddy back" or some whack shit like that? Yeah, I wasn't really feeling it. Don't Waste My Time, French Montana, Chink Drugs, and Lil Durk. I thought it was an okay record. Nothing too special, you know what I'm saying? That's just me. Maybe y'all felt different. Okay beat. The hook was okay, but to me, Chink stole the show on that. Dirk wasn't bad, but some of these songs he didn't fit into. Moving on, number 11, Moneybags intro. That's a skip. Skip right past that. Moneybags, a song produced by the Renegades, French Montana, Chinks Drugs, and Lil Durk. Definitely a hard beat, cool hook, you know what I'm saying? And it was a dope song. You know, they all come collaborative and do their thing. You know what I'm saying? French, Chinks, and Dirk, you know what I mean? Not a bad combination. And that was really a record that I fuck with. Moving on to number 13, All We Know featuring French Montana, Chinks, Drugs, and Jeremiah. Smooth beat, cool hook. They both did their thing on it. I enjoyed both their flow. Jeremiah vocals is, you know, one of a kind. I don't know why Maybach or Coke Boys won't sign this nigga. I thought G Unit would have signed him, but somebody need to scoop him up because he definitely got talent. Moving on to number 14, which was really a surprise. Act Like That, Lil Durk solo song. Of course, he used auto tune, but I was surprised it was a good record, man. I gave it 3 stars. Dope beat, good hook, flow, lyric, storytelling. I like the way he um, sort of mixed his style with French Montana and style, because you definitely could see that he more meshing towards their style instead of his own shit. But I definitely think he fits into the Coke Boys theme now. At first I didn't get it, but now I see it in this song. It's not a bad song. Moving on, With It, produced by Molly Mall, French Montana, Rick Ross, Molly Mall, Jazz Laser, and Detail on the hook. It was a cool song, you know. Too many motherfuckers on the record for me, but I thought the beat was cool. I thought the hook was cool. I think everybody played their part in it. Detail definitely can bring out the best in a hook. I have to say that. You know what I mean? He has a unique voice. Um, the way he can vocalize words is just incredible. I know that's probably not a word, but definitely a good look. Rose did his thing on it. No more I can say about that. This was a good song. What you call that? French Montana, Ching Drugs, yet a little dark again. The ad libs was a good look for this record. The yeah, hope. You know what I mean? I thought that shit was dope. Dope beat, a great hook. They all did their thing on it. Lil Durk kind of outshined, you know, French Montana and Chinks Drugs. In my opinion, he kind of stole the show. I just feel he got to stop holding back and really get in there and do your thing. But out of the whole Coke Boys, I still say Chinks Drugs is the best. Moving on, Money and Power, Lil Durk, second solo song featuring Meat Sims. Of course, auto tune again. Cool beat, okay hook. His flow is decent. Definitely, you know, he talks that street talk. You know, couple memories here and there. And definitely, I think with his next mixtape, Fuckery, he gonna have to prove a lot of shit. Cause Signs to the Streets really wasn't it for me, in my opinion. I really wasn't fucking with it. But definitely, this is another great song. And the last track, Soulful, French Montana, Chinks Drugs, and they don't say he on there, but Lil Durk is actually on there at the end. Um, Definitely a dope fucking song. You know, a dope beat, good sample. French Montana did his thing. Chinks Drugs came in, and when I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh shit, Lil Durk is on here, but they didn't give him credit for that. But if you listen to the record, in the beginning, French Montana definitely shouts out Lil Durk, and at the end, Lil Durk shouts out the whole mixtape theme. You know, Coke Boys 4. You know what I'm saying? Then it goes off. But it wasn't a bad mixtape. I had it, you know, since the second. It's like the fourth. 2 days listening to it. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Like 12 out of 15 records. Like I said, it's 18 in all, but 3 skits. I don't count them as songs. And I give the production an 8.5 out of 10. I just think that some of the songs should have been skimmed down. Uh, they could have left without the skits, just had the 15 records. I would have perfectly cut it down to 12, and he would have had definitely a perfect mixtape. They could have went for more of the soulful records. but I see what French was doing, trying to give you a mix of everything. But some of these songs just wasn't it, you know, and I really wasn't fucking with them. But Lil Durk made 6 songs on here, you know, 6 verses, and he had 2 solo records. So I definitely think this is more of a promotional tool for Lil Durk, you know, showcasing his talent, because I think he gonna be the next artist that they push. You know what I'm saying? As far as a solo project. But overall, you know, Coke Boys 1 through 4 is pretty dope. I think I like part 3 a little more than 4. I really didn't go back and check 1 and 2. I got all of them, but y'all let me know what y'all think about the shit. I don't think it was a bad mixtape, but definitely it was a good look. French Montana and Coke Boys presents Coke Boy 4. But I think they gotta learn to stop pushing shit back. When you set a date, man, drop it. It's a mixtape. I mean, what else could you have a problem to drop it? A sample clearance or a feature or what? I don't really get that. But anyway, I dropped this out. So y'all let me know what y'all think about it. All right, one.